Hey, good evening, everybody. We are back. I do apologize. I forgot to turn the microphone on, so should be good to go now. All right, so Cobra 29 with direct inject. All right, so this is one that it's been here for some time and waiting for the same thing as everybody else. Modifications, repairs, etc. So I'm still wiping some of the dust off of some of these. All right. Anyhow, so we've got this all set up, and one of the first things you're going to notice is we don't have a microphone hooked to this. The reason why is because we went ahead and installed a jack in the back for the foot pedal, so that the microphone isn't actually needed for this. So just hit this just enough, and you're going to should be able to hear the receive and see the receive meter come up for this. Not going to hear a whole lot just because of the fact that we are on the dummy load. Okay, so it receives without a microphone, and what I did was I actually used the foot key, since this one's designed with 3 different pins on it. You get your common, normally open, and normally closed. So, and then it switches between normally open and normally closed based on when you actually depress your pedal. So we went ahead and wired it up in that format so that we could go ahead and take care of what was needed here without using an additional relay. Now, there are multiple different ways of actually doing the direct inject, this being one of them. So, and this is the method that he chose. Part of it has to do with the economics of it versus using like the modulator or the ASIMod, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Which are a more intuitive method as far as to be able to get a little more compression in and amongst your audio. However, this does work well for the application as well. And there are several that really can't tell the difference. So anyhow, that's where we're at the moment. We're going to go ahead and do a few little numbers on it here, just show you. I've got the oscilloscope on more just for viewing purposes than anything, because I'm not going to go through and set up and run the 1000 kilohertz tone through it on the frequency generator or waveform generator to show you all the peaks and stuff. Mainly because we've got several other repairs, and since I'm off today from my other job, I want to try to get as much done here on the workbench as what we can throughout the weekend. So anyhow, so we've got the foot key all set up, as you can see. And we are going to pick up a little bit of background. Now, one of the things that has to be done to these radios is you have to actually go ahead and put a small delay on the relay for one of the pins. I believe it is on the let's see. I'm trying to go through this here in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, on pin 4. You actually have to open that pin up for just a moment while everything else sets in place, and then hook that back up. It's not an absolute necessity. I prefer to do it just so that you don't wind up with that huge loud pop that you actually wind up with in many respects. So that's the reason why this has got just a slight delay on the receive. So, but anyways, so right now I'm just using my microphone that I use for everyday talking, Hello, check 1 2 1 2. Let's see. Get the remote here. Hello, John. Hello, Donnie. Yeah, we're both doing good. Alrighty, so like I said, right now we're just using the Shure microphone that I usually use. I'm gonna take and set everything that he's got up. So this is the mic that I use whenever I'm actually on there doing a little bit of DXing myself. So like I said, it's just more about the weight, actually being able to see the waveform today than anything. And the other foot key on the floor doesn't work since it's not to this radio. So check 1 2 1 2. But one of the things I wanted to point out to Chuck whenever he gets this, you are going to see, some changes as far as based on the compression ratio. And that's where, that's where sometimes it's always gotten confusing to a lot of people. With the lower the dead key, that's how you actually wind up getting the higher than 100% modulation that is typically associated with this. So check 1 2 1 2 audio. But it's going to be a fine mix that's going to have to be created, obviously, between your carrier, your carrier level here, and the input of your injected audio now. So, playing with both of those, granted, you don't have to worry too much about the compression ratio that's also involved as far as for the symmetry. With using this, like I said, it just uses two basic relays on the inside with another keying circuit that's wired into the transmit. Your talkback for your echo and everything is still in here, so it still works. Whenever you disable this and use your stock mic, you can actually use your echo board again. Otherwise, you're going to rely on the effects of your actual input audio based off of your mixing board. Now, to switch between your direct inject and your microphone, bright being your direct inject and dim, now you're going to go back to your stock microphone. So I've already kind of preset you some marks on your original board and everything. Like I said, it takes up so much room to set up everybody else's rack gear across here. So that's the reason why I've just got a basic test cord that comes off of my Behringer mixing board that I use. I do like using the old school style technology versus all the new stuff. Hello, Art. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, speaking of which, this is kind of up your alley as well. Since we are doing a Cobra 29, I guess I ought to get that into the picture as well. But yeah, you're actually one of the first ones that I did the same modification for. Of course, I've learned a lot since then as far as with the ups and downs, such as yourself with doing the direct inject into a Cobra 29. So, but anyways, like I said, when the direct inject is off, which, that'll still work as well.
Hello, hello, hello. Audio check 1 2 check check.
So there we go. Let me think here. There we go. And then we can go back. Hello, 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 audio. So anyways, it gives you everything that you're gonna, I think, need for your purposes intended. So Chuck, hopefully you enjoy, buddy. John, let's see. Yeah, I actually prefer it. Sometimes I think computers get too involved, versus, doing some stuff the old fashioned way, and then you've got guys that, granted, enjoy the tube typing tube type radios and tube type amplifiers and tube this and tube that, and which is great. But there is a little bit of mix with some of the newer technology too that is good as well. But for audio itself, I mean, I still kind of like having traditional rack gear versus trying to shove every format of information through an actual computer and then going into the radio itself. So anyways, Chuck, we got you done. John, I don't know, do I have something over here for you? Nope, it's a different John. Okay. So I've got another John that's actually coming up as well that's going to be on the workbench. Got 2 radios in the box, I believe, for him. One of which I'm going to kind of go through tonight. I do have another one that's also going to be worked into the mix in between those. So like I said, we've got quite a few radios that's going to be coming up. Once I get the next 2 or 3 radios done, then we're going to go back to another amplifier and finish up probably up until December is when we're going to get back into the amps. So we've got quite a few radios this month that's going to be worked in. I've got a whole box completely full. I have no idea how many got sent in from Hawaii that are over here, so we're going to be getting some of those through the mix. I don't know if it's going to be one of those where one or 2 done. They're going to want to have them shipped back individually, or if they want to wait until their entire batch is done. So, but we're going to be working on that here probably by the end of the month. We hope we get to that as well. So anyways, guys, I appreciate it. Like I said, I will be coming back here shortly with another video. I'll probably take a nest. I wasn't planning on taking this long to get back to at least showing this one off here real quick, just because of the fact that my contractor showed up incredibly late, but he's actually finishing up a small piece here above my doorway and finishing up a corner that he's been waiting on, just one little strip of metal. So anyhow, he's out here doing that, so I know he's going to be making some noise here very shortly. So like I said, we're going to go through and I'll start in, and we're going to do a triage on the radios that are coming up and kind of go from there. But I know I've got to also get with him too. So like I said, just a lot of little things, but there will be another intermission in between videos, but I'm going to be back yet again this evening with some more. And we'll probably pop in here for another one as well tomorrow. So hello, Donnie. Let's see. Yeah, well, it's actually done, other than, like I said, just a little bit of trim on the one corner, which he's taking care of right now. He's actually got the piece up mounted above the door that needed to be taken care of, since trying to go through a 2-foot thick wall is very interesting. But the other nice thing is he was able to actually put me at least a full size, as far as at least height wise, door in there. Sadly, I'm still restricted to a 32-inch door instead of a 36, but at least now it's about another foot taller. So that's actually good. Hello, Squirrel. Good evening, buddy. Like I said, check with me, guys, here in just a little bit. Like I said, we're going to pop in for another video here coming up. Like I said, need to get with my contractor that's out there working right now, and I'll get this other box opened up and get another radio on the workbench. So, all right, guys, take care. God bless. Catch you in a short.